It started with a blinding flash, like lightning had struck my house. But when the second and third pulses lit up my living room like a crime scene, I knew something was wrong. I yanked back the curtain, expecting an emergency vehicle, but instead saw a spinning disco ball on a rickety tripod, glinting under the moonlight. Below it, Marlene Foster stood, hands on hips, barking orders at two guys stringing wedding lights across my driveway like it was a Vegas stage. It was 11 p.m. I stepped outside in pajamas, the cold night air biting as my toddler's cries crackled through the baby monitor on my belt. "That's strike one," I muttered, squinting at the absurd scene. A spotlight was aimed at my bedroom window, waking my daughter. "Marlene," I called, keeping my voice steady. "What are you doing?" She turned with a chirpy, "Oh, hi," as if we were chatting over coffee, not her hijacking my property. "Just a quick setup for my niece's wedding rehearsal tomorrow. Your driveway's so wide and clean. Perfect for lighting." "It's mine," I said. She waved a hand. "Exactly. And it's just for tonight and tomorrow. Weddings are about community, love. Don't be selfish." Her logic was like arguing with a pageant queen high on glitter. Marlene lived across the street in Willow Creek, with a sprawling lawn and a 3-car garage, but my driveway had a better aesthetic, she'd said. "You asked last week," I reminded her. I said no. She shrugged. "You were stressed. I knew you'd come around." "I didn't," she scoffed. "It's not like you're hosting royalty." Right then, my daughter's wail pierced the monitor, my wife's tired voice soothing her. "Strike two." I took a breath. "Marlene, you've got 10 minutes to clear this, or I handle it my way." Her smile faltered. "Are you threatening me?" "Warning you. This is trespassing." She sized me up like I was a broken mailbox. "Wow, you're that neighbor. No wonder the HOA hates you." I grinned. "I'm the HOA security liaison, elected last year." That silenced her for 3 seconds before she snapped at her crew. "Ignore him. Keep going." I stormed inside, past my crying toddler and my wife's exhausted glare. We'd dealt with Marlene before. Her dog's 3 a.m. barking, her trash in our bins, her DJ parties with subwoofers that could wake the dead. But this was war. In the basement, I opened a storage cabinet and pulled out a metal case. Inside was a vintage fire department strobe and siren, pristine from my volunteer days. Marlene had no idea who she was messing with. 10 minutes later, I stood on my lawn. The setup had escalated: more spotlights, a camera rig, even a drone. My driveway was a low-budget Coachella. "Last chance," I called. Marlene ignored me. "Mind your business, Tim." "My name's not Tim." She loved her petty jabs. I flipped the switch. Red and blue strobes erupted from my roof, the siren wailing, a police-grade whoop. Marlene froze. Her crew dropped gear. One dove behind her SUV. A neighbor shouted, "Cops!" Marlene shrieked, "Turn it off." "Are you insane?" I let it pulse, then cut it. "Just a reminder," I said. "I can play the light game too." She marched over, fuming. "You can't fake police activity. That's illegal." "You're right," I said. "Which is why I'm calling the real police for trespassing." Her jaw worked like a broken toy. She screamed at her crew to pack up, tripping over lights as they fled. My driveway was mine again, but Marlene wasn't the type to slink away. She'd brew revenge like cheap wine. By morning, the Willow Creek online forum was a battlefield. A blurry photo of my strobes, captioned, "Emergency or HOA drama?" sparked chaos. Marlene posted 10 comments claiming I'd ambushed her with aggressive theatrics and she'd feared for her safety. I laughed. She invaded my property with floodlights and guilt-tripped me about love, now playing victim. Some neighbors bought it. By 10 a.m., the HOA president messaged me for urgent clarification. Marlene's gossip network, garden club, book club, passive-aggressive memes about community, had sway. At noon, a notice was taped to my door, accusing me of hostile behavior, simulating emergencies and disruption, signed by Marlene, self-titled, Vice Chair of Neighborhood Affairs. My wife found me staring at it. You're not going to that meeting, are you? I nodded. Oh, I'm going with evidence. I spent the afternoon compiling Ring camera footage of Marlene's crew, my warnings, and her dismissal, plus HOA bylaws highlighting private property rights and proof her, vice chair, title was fiction. Marlene wasn't just annoying. She was dangerous, twisting truth to wield social power. That evening, I entered the Willow Creek HOA clubhouse with a flash drive and folder. Marlene sat up front, smug in a teal blazer, the board tense, neighbors buzzing for drama. She spoke first, spinning a tale of a suite and sabotaged by my police lights and intimidation, claiming her florist nearly fainted. The board cooed. One woman patted her like she'd escaped a war zone. Then I plugged in the flash drive. Footage rolled, Marlene trespassing, mocking me, panicking at my siren. I handed out bylaws, Section 6 highlighted. Drives aren't communal. Silence. A neighbor muttered. She was trespassing. I added. She also forged her title. There's no vice chair of neighborhood affairs. Marlene sputtered. It's advisory. The president, Susan, said, You didn't request permits or approval. This is serious. Marlene stormed out, red-faced, but I knew she'd retaliate. The next night, a violin melody drifted in Vivaldi, followed by a voice. Welcome to the wedding path, where love lights the way. Motion-activated lights and speakers line my driveway, triggering a fairy tale glow with every passerby. Neighbors thought it was cute. I saw harassment. My wife gaped. This is insane. I nodded. Time for reinforcements. I called the city inspector and my drone-savvy friend, Ethan. Marlene wanted a spectacle. I'd deliver one she'd never forget. The next day, a sign appeared on her lawn. Community Wedding Week, Willow Creek HOA Culture Committee. A committee she'd invented. Flyers claimed I'd volunteered my driveway, quoting me. Love trumps asphalt. Neighbors asked about parking and food trucks, thinking I'd endorsed a week-long gala. Furious, I filed city complaints for unauthorized events, zoning violations, and illegal lighting, then called Ethan. Normal flyby or honeybee swarm? Honeybee, I said. That evening, as Marlene hung garlands on my mailbox, 12 drones swooped in, blaring flight of the bumblebee, with flashing LEDs. She screamed, ducking. Her assistant dropped cupcakes. A neighbor clapped. You inspired me, I said. All right. She called the police, ranting about my airstrike. I handed the officer my evidence, flyers, photos, bylaws, footage of her trespassing, and the nursery window blasted by her lights. Permits for these installations? He asked her. For lights and flowers, she snapped. It's a community project. You need approval, he said. To me. Pressing charges? Not yet, I replied. Let's see how far she goes. He issued her a warning. That night, I caught Marlene in black, sneaking with a man in a fake cop uniform. He banged on my door, shouting, You're violating decency codes. I opened it, eyeing his plastic badge. You're not a cop. I'm HOA enforcement, he barked. You're on camera, I said, flipping on a new floodlight. He froze. Marlene bolted, her officer, tripping over a gnome. 5 cameras caught it all. I emailed the footage to the HOA, police, city, and neighbors. Marlene's fake cop caught in action. A meme page posted it, hitting 20,000 views. The HOA called an emergency meeting. The city launched an investigation. In court, Marlene sued for harassment and property damage to her DJ booth, blaming my drones. Her lawyer called my Sirens psychological warfare. My attorney played the footage. Marlene trespassing, her fake cop flopping. Permits, the judge asked. HOA approval, Marlene whined. It was for my niece. The judge dismissed her case, fined her for code violations, banned her from my property, and referred the impersonation to police. Outside, a neighbor handed me coffee. Thanks for stopping her. The courtroom clip went viral. HOA tyrant fakes cop, loses everything. Reddit exploded with memes of Marlene on a drone. At the next HOA meeting, Marlene tried to sit up front, but her seat was taken. The board had ousted her from all roles. A neighbor gave her a flyer with her love quote crossed out. Respect property lines. She stormed out. Peace returned. No lights, no sirens. My daughter slept. Then a news crew knocked. Talk about your viral boundary lesson. I grinned. Only if I can flash the siren. The segment aired me saying, if someone steals your driveway, light them up. 3 weeks later, decorators arrived, claiming Marlene approved my driveway for an HOA gala. I stopped them. I'm the HOA vice president. She's out. They left. Marlene watched from her SUV, smirking. You won in court, but I've got the neighborhood. I crossed the street. You had them until you turned my driveway into your stage. Her eyes narrowed. It's not over. You're right, I said. I'm just starting. I called an artist friend to paint my driveway as a 3D illusion of cracked pavement over glowing lava, with a plaque, dedicated to those who mistake my driveway for their stage. Neighbors loved it. Marlene avoided it. I redid my lawn as a Zen garden with a gold-painted traffic cone. She countered with musical wind chimes, torturing the block until neighbors complained. At a community event, I presented on boundaries, inviting Officer Matthews to discuss trespassing and impersonation. Marlene, in the crowd, turned scarlet. The applause was for closure. My driveway stayed quiet, just lava art and silence. Marlene's influence crumbled. The HOA, under new leadership, passed strict event approval rules, ensuring no one could misuse private property again. Marlene sold her house and moved, her fake titles and schemes exposed. Willow Creek embraced fair governance, with me as vice president overseeing transparent bylaws. My family enjoyed our home in peace, my toddler's laughter replacing late-night sirens. A neighbor joked, flamethrowers next? I raised my mug, my driveway, my rules, and laughed. Marlene was gone, her chaos a memory, and Willow Creek was ours again, free of her spotlight tyranny.